MGF GRP Stackshore boxes consist of 2-meter long by 0.4-meter high Stackshore panels, working in combination with GRPShore Plus trench box panels and struts to create a 2x2x2-meter box. The box can be assembled fully enclosed, or you have the option to leave openings on 1, 2, 3, or 4 sides by utilizing a strut system that offers an understrut clearance of 770 mm. Boxes with 2 openings can be supplied as a straight run or 90 degrees turn. The configuration of boxes depends on which sides require openings. This video will focus on 4 openings. All components are lightweight and can either be manually handled or lifted mechanically. Throughout the assembly process, be aware of finger trap hazards. Ensure appropriate PPE is worn at all times. At no point should components be lifted or assembled by putting fingers through connecting pin holes. Assembly commences by first assembling all required telescopic struts. There are 2 different strut configurations required for this assembly. Configuration 1 is assembled at 1865 mm long overall by pinning the horizontal strut through the middle connecting hole on the protruding arms on each vertical strut. Configuration 2 is assembled at 1765 mm long overall by pinning the horizontal strut through the middle hole on one of the vertical strut arms and the innermost hole closest to the vertical strut section. Assemble a strut to configuration 1 by first laying a 1.2 meter vertical strut on its side. Sleeve a 1.5 meter horizontal over the protruding arm and secure through the middle hole. Then secure a second 1.2 meter vertical strut in a mirror of the first. Now assemble another strut, this time to configuration 2, by sleeving a 1.5 meter over the protruding arm of a 1.2 meter vertical strut and securing a pin and R-clip through the middle connecting hole, then inserting a vertical strut within the free end of the horizontal strut, securing a pin and R-clip within the innermost connecting hole. Assemble another 2 struts, one to configuration 1 and another to configuration 2. Connect a 90 degrees corner connector onto each end of a strut assembled to configuration 1, securing using pins and R-clips. Ensure the corner connectors are orientated correctly, as shown. Ensure all connecting pins are inserted from the outside of the assembly, with the R-clips being fitted from within. Install a strut assembled to configuration 2 into one of the corner brackets and secure in place using pins and R-clips. Install the final configuration 2 strut into the other corner connector, again securing in place with pins and R-clips. Carefully rotate the assembly around its base. Ensure it is stable prior to installing another corner connector on one of the strut ends, securing in place with pins and R-clips, again ensuring the connector is orientated as shown. The final strut, pre-assembled to configuration 1, can now be installed in the corner connector, securing in place with pins and R-clips. The final corner connector can now be installed to connect the open strut ends, using pins and R-clips. Throughout assembly, it is important that the struts are square to each other to ensure holes line up correctly. Ensure all the connecting holes line up prior to together using pins and R-clips. Fine adjustment to the struts may be required to line up the pin holes. Top to base connectors should now be installed. Firstly, by removing the top pin from each channel where they are to be installed, ensure they are installed in the positions as shown here. Secure in place by reinstalling the top 4 pins and R-clips. Place 2 2x0.4 meter Stackshore panels onto the top to base connectors, each one above the struts assembled to configuration 1. Do not pin in place at this point. Place a 2x0.8 meter GRPShore Plus trench box panel on one side and secure in place with pins and R-clips. Stack a 2x0.4 meter Stackshore panel either side on top of the existing ones and secure in place. Finish the box by placing a 2x0.8 meter GRPShore Plus trench box panel over the Stackshore panel ends and install the lower 2 pins and R-clips. Before installing the upper connecting pins, lower in the extraction brackets, ensuring the lug is pointing towards the center of the Stackshore box. The remaining extraction brackets can now be installed on the opposite face, by first removing the upper connecting pins, then lowering in place before reinstalling the connecting pins and R-clips. Overdig the trench by 100 mm, so that the Stackshore box can be installed using the dig and drop technique. Never push the box with an excavator bucket. Connect a 4-leg chain to the extraction brackets and carefully lower the assembled box into the excavation. Loosely backfill any gaps around the box to avoid injury. Install MGF safety equipment as required. Remove by connecting a 4-leg chain to the extraction brackets. Do not shock load the chains. If the box becomes stuck, use a 10-ton extraction chain to lift one corner at a time to break any stiction. Remove in a continuous backfill and lifting sequence. Disassemble the box in a reverse process to the assembly. Ensure components are fully supported when removing pins.